Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies of a Man once again, and today we are doing another light novel review. Now today we are reviewing Bofuri. I didn't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense. Right? That's what it says? Yeah, that's what it says. And yeah, this is written by Yu Mikon and illustrated by Coin. And I think I've heard of Coin before, so I'm not really sure. But their art style seems familiar and their name sounds familiar as well. So if anyone knows, let me know down in the comments. I don't necessarily think I've actually read anything that has illustrations by them. At least nothing that I can see clearly right here. So, yeah. The publisher is Yen Press, specifically Yen On, their light novel imprint, but it really makes no difference. It's the same thing. And the demographic here is seinen based on the manga adaptation, which is kind of interesting. I wouldn't really consider this a seinen, but there you go. Genre-wise, this is fantasy, isekai, and obviously the isekai in this case is not actually in the trapped in another world kind of way, but rather in the I'm going into a fantasy world that is a video game kind of thing. And she's diving into like a MMO kind of thing. So in fact, it's really not isekai. I would definitely say it's portal fantasy, but more in the lit RPG, game lit type of way than it is actually like isekai trapped in another world, right? So yeah, adaptations wise, this has a manga and an anime, and that's pretty cool. I don't know anything about either, but I know that they're pretty well regarded in the community, so check those out if you don't like reading. And yeah, premise wise is basically this girl called Maple, who is a teenager, gets pushed to buy a game by her friend, and then eventually, once they set up that they're gonna play, her friend ends up bailing because she got grounded for a little bit, and she needs to go and study for her test or something. Now Maple's like, oh, well, whatever, I'll just play by myself for a little bit, and then we can meet up later. And basically, Maple is a complete noob when it comes to video games. I definitely relate to that. And she's like, you know what, I don't want to get hurt. That's going to suck because it's a VR MMO. I'm going to feel the pain, so I just don't want to deal with that. Let me just... what's it called, put all of my stats into defense, which in this case, in this video game, is called Vitality, or Vitality. And she puts all of her stat points in there, and somehow makes an OP build out of it by accident. And it's very funny. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was really enjoyable. And just, like, really cute as well. So, yeah. Plot-wise, it's solid, but again, it's simple. It's very similar to Kuma Kuma Bear in that sense. But it's kind of different in the way that it gets to being kind of like the cute girl that's overpowered kind of thing. So basically, it's a basic video game grind fest like every other isekai light novel, with lots of fun battles and a lot of ridiculous situations, mostly in the way that kind of the battles don't really count as battles because all that Maple does is defend until the other character dies of exhaustion, basically, which is pretty funny and really kind of ridiculous. And then she doesn't have any other stats. Like, she literally has 0 in every other of her stats except like HP and like mana or something. And because of this, she doesn't have any attacking powers. So she does really ridiculous things in order to attack the other what's called players slash monsters, and along the way she unlocks a bunch of ridiculous skills, and it's actually really funny and really enjoyable in that sense, because it's just kind of like, what the hell is wrong with you, and why does this end up working? It's just enjoyable. Maple is like ridiculously ditzy about like video games, and it's just so funny, and I like it. It's a very nice character driven kind of story that I liked. So characters wise, mostly it's just Maple. We basically spend the whole time with her, and it's not really bad. Maple's enjoyable and interesting enough that we enjoy all the time we have with her. With her, in order to kind of push the story along without it focusing on Maple so much, we do get some kind of intermissions with different people talking on a online forum, talking about Maple herself and what crazy stuff she's doing. And then we also get later her friend Sally coming back into the story in order to play the game with Maple, which finally adds some dynamic byplay between characters, right? And yeah, I mean, that's basically the two characters that are available. Maple, who is a really new player, and she's really ditzy and doesn't really care too much. She just has fun in like the very basic kind of ways. And along that kind of like basic way of having fun, she ends up unlocking this really crazy OP build that no one else has because no one else would play the video game like her. And I think it's funny. And then there's Sally, who's a lot more experienced when it comes to video games and who does kind of really nice work with that kind of stuff. And I really enjoy it. I think it's really nice. She takes a very different approach from Maple, but learns the fact that she can get skills in a very circuitous, kind of ridiculous way. So I like it because it's a nice balance between ridiculous noob player and ridiculously good player, right? So I like it. World building wise, super basic video game world, but with good intro level explanations for video game stuff. Because Maple is a new player, they have to explain a lot of these stats and stuff, so you get to learn about them as well, which is good if you're also a new player or not someone that is really well versed in video game stuff, which is the case for me. So good stuff there. I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it. I really like the powers that she gets on her armor and her shield and stuff. I think it's really cool. And it's just really enjoyable. So yeah, art wise, super cute, a really nice character design. I really like it. It's kind of like the 2000s, 2010 style with the really long torsos and the really kind of like cutesy heads. This kind of reminds me of Funa, the art they used for Funa in the Potion Lolly pictures, illustrations, sorry. And we also got some kind of lit RPG stuff like that, text boxes. Yeah, Maple being dumb. Yeah, super cute. I really enjoy it. I wish there was a kind of more, what's it called? Like more of these for other characters. But I assume that that's going to happen across the different volumes instead of just directly in the first one. So I don't mind too much. Fan service wise, there's none. And I don't think there will be any. It doesn't seem like the type of story to have it. This is mostly focused on the funny kind of like cute girl doing dumb things kind of trope. And those don't usually end up being fan servicey as far as I'm aware. So hopefully it stays clean for anyone that wants to get into stuff like this, but doesn't because they hate the fan service, which is a totally valid situation, right? I don't disagree. I don't agree either, but I mean, everyone's got to do what they want to do, right? So yeah, rating wise, I think it's a 4 out of 5. It's good. It's more or less the same as Kuma Kuma Bear in explanation, which is the last video I did before this. It's cute, it's relaxing, but it's not crazy amazing in any kind of technical sense. It's just enjoyable, right? It's really comfortable, it's really comfy, it's cute, it's just relaxing. It doesn't really do anything crazy, but what it does do is fun and enjoyable, and there's an undercurrent of comedy throughout the whole thing that isn't really very apparent, and it doesn't scream at your face like, hey man, here's a joke, laugh at it, right? It's not like that. It's a kind of very ridiculous but low key, and I really enjoy that type of comedy. I don't know why. I just think it's better than like the really loud comedy that we get to see in a lot of things. Like Konosuba, I really enjoyed Konosuba, but the comedy in that was really on the nose and really kind of like loud, and so it wasn't actually as enjoyable reading it as it was kind of watching the bits happen on screen in an anime, right? So I like the more low-key humor because it's more enjoyable in a reading experience, right? So that's cool stuff there, I guess. Do I recommend this title? Yes, I think it's a really good title. It's really comfy and enjoyable, and it's pretty ridiculous. So if you like comedy like that, this will be for you. Similar titles, obviously Kuma Kuma Bear, and the same one that I recommended there was also Slime Witch, or I've maxed out my level, so I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. That one's really good as well. It kind of has the same vibes, although that one kind of goes into more of a mothering kind of thing where like the main character is the mother to a bunch of different characters that need kind of like guidance. This is more just kind of like a young girl going on an adventure that is really ridiculous because she's OP. So it's more similar to Kuma Kuma Bear than it is the other one. But overall, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, see you guys later. you.